Good morning. Yeah. Ooh, let's have my hair done. Okay. How are you guys doing this morning? It is March. We have marched into March, and I still don't have a theme for March. So, if you want to comment about what that theme is at the end of the video, or, you know, on today's video, we can figure it out. Okay. Here we go. I'm distracted. How are you guys doing this morning? How are you? Oh, good morning. We are in March this morning. It's a beautiful morning. It's totally a Monday. Mm, okay. I was going to forget all about that. And then when it needed to be out, I was going to not send it out because I would have forgotten. That was not an emergency. That was, yeah. Uh, Good morning. Welcome to the Wise One channel. I'm your host, Lady Caren, and I'm extremely tired, and nothing is going right. I keep hearing my hair out of my ears. Okay. We've got our Sacred Circle Tarot deck from Anne Franklin, illustrated by Paul Mason. I get shuffled. This morning is a little bit disorienting. But if I keep through it, keep going through today, I should be able to get back into orientation, back to grounding, breathe. It's somewhere in there. I lost count. I'm pretty sure that's 5. Deep breaths. Ah, I didn't write down. Last night, I crawled into bed. I'm like, we're going to talk about. I probably talked about it before, but I want to reiterate. I want to review it because it's an important step in improving life, improving my life. Do you have a question for the tarot cards? I can shuffle again. It's a 1-card draw. You can comment your question. It's free. Oh, wait a minute. I'll keep shuffling. You guys can ask your question. No medical questions. Love, business, travel, general questions. All right. So I don't see any questions on the comments, so I'm just going to draw general. We have Solus, Six of Swords, same as yesterday. I just shuffled the sucker like a good plenty of times. I took the top card and I threw that sucker into the deck, and I took the bottom card and I threw that sucker into the deck, and I took the top card and I threw that sucker into the deck. So Dinovation, Six of Swords. Anybody remember what it was yesterday? I don't either. We'll look it up again. Cups, wands, get swords someplace in here. Yep, swords beginning. Three of Swords. Okay. So Six of Swords must be, yep, Six of Swords. Yep, I remember it was a very short one. That's all I remember. Just say in front of people. It's easier when I'm not in front of the camera. I want to sell tarot readings. I want to get used to being in front of the camera. This might take forever in a day. Six of Swords indicates the moving away from difficulties, physical or mental. It can be the card of travel's journey to a place where you can get away from your worries. On the other hand, this card can mean that you're moving away from your problems. You gain insight into the nature. You can see how they have arisen and div, diverse methods of coping with them. With this mental comprehension and acceptance comes relief from anxiety. You feel the metaphysical weight from your shoulders. Though it is not unadulterated card of happiness, things do become much easier for you, particularly in the area of relationship. Ooh, relationships. On a deeper level, the card may be telling you you need to learn from techniques of positive thinking. Still true. Of reinforcing positive mental attitudes. Still true. It's a muscle and it needs to be practiced, and you need to practice it again and again and again and again. So it could mean that I just need to practice that muscle and develop that muscle. Okay. It's funny because I did not shuffle so carefully with that. That's funny because the other incense stick yesterday, all the smoke moved someplace else, like the other direction, the opposite direction. And then this, it's not like it's wind. This is a machine, operated blowing heat and air. So it blows it the same direction. So how are you guys doing this morning? So I tried to get through the menu yesterday after I left you guys, and I got some of it done. I know what I'm having today, I didn't put curry in it, but I did make like vegetables, and my dad made a bean soup, so that was pretty good. I ate it. Added seasonings, probably too much salt. That sucker is like here, but usually does that when the great and powerful is coming. So like when she comes to sit with me, that's the only time that it blows in my face. So hopefully, I mean, she's coming home tonight. She's with her dad, or her dad's. So hopefully she'll be tonight coming over. So yeah, kind of been whatever she wants. And then usually when they're young, routine is incredibly important, especially for her. So a routine will emerge in the path out of, so we'll figure out for her and her needs how well she does, gauging how well she does with things, how to work out, if she's not having a lot of outbursts, if she, how much time she needs with mom and how much time she needs with dad. We'll gauge, she doing well? Is she able to concentrate? Is she adjusting? Is it taking more than 2 weeks for her to settle into feeling like she knows what she needs to do? You know, yeah. So if I were going with what she says, because we're both okay with her staying at either place, and we can do that. He's got somebody who will watch her, and I've got everything all taken care of. Where I'm still trying to, I don't have everything taken care of for the future, but I have everything right now and immediate needs taken care of. So I'm just building towards. So all I have to focus on is building towards future needs. So yeah, and she's not in school because she's too young, and we work on it and we build it from there. So we have the ability to give her the power so she can find out, yes, she needs this. No, she doesn't need that. That may not work for everybody's situation. Um, some parents may not be in a position that having the kid at their house is not like good during the week because they work and they don't have access to daycare and da 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 whatever it is, or they don't have transportation to move the kiddo from one parent to the other. There may be different situations. So you have to work with your individual need of a situation and to research and gauge, you know, what works best for kids. But I have full confidence everything will get sorted. That feels so English saying sorted. Everything will be sorted. Everything will be sorted out, taken care of, and we'll gauge out. Okay, so today, this week, focus on this week. Okay, so we're looking at the 1st through the 6th. That's basic because we got 6 days. Usually it's like 7 days. Okay, so March. Okay. Tasks list. We got to figure out transportation. I'll put that at the top. We'll still work on getting job. It's not like it's not priority. That's not why I'm listing that. We're listing, we're figuring out our needs, my needs, figuring out, because if you're at the bottom, you got to figure out, what was it, that hierarchy of needs or something. It's like, do I have air? I have water. I have shelter. I have food. You know, I have precious coffee. Precious. Precious. Lord of the Ring fans will get it. Trust me. Okay. But the question is, alright. Card transportation. Okay, now it's moving up because the heat stopped. Yep, yep. I talk about it and now it's moving back towards me. It's like I am and it's an awareness smoke entity. All right, so I have to work on the car. I still have to work on getting job or income, immediate income. Okay. So we have to make this into smaller bits. So I put appointments and events. Okay. We can organize, get things into what we need to do this week. I'm going to, let's see, I want to clean my room. Also thinking about, I'm starting off with space, drinking coffee, and you can see the attention deficit disorder that people go through. This is why it's better to just, why the pros and the cons of between doing live video versus doing a recording video and then letting you guys see us. But you guys get the whole thing. You guys go, quiet but yeah, you probably, if you're like on the drive to work and you need somebody to wake you up in the morning, talking, it just kind of helps having a background noise. And that's what you hit the subscribe button for, is that mumbling in the background or that constant talk in the background. Because that's what I do, is I constantly talk. I should have gotten up this morning when I had the tuition to do so. Like, trying to think, how is the future really going to be? Can I envision, me going through the daily of doing stuff? I want to get a grant because I have to get some financial backing. I'm going to have to look at some different sources of backing, financial sources of backing. Um, yeah, we should like meditate. We should have pretty music on. You should whip on your pretty music. Because if I put on pretty music, it does not play in the background for some reason. It takes it off of the live one. I don't know how it does it, but yeah, while I was doing dishes, it wouldn't let me play music. Yeah. Even though it was free sourced. Let's see. I know I have to. I was considering working on that morning routine video. Work on like a video that's not, which reminds me of a couple of bills coming up. Okay, so think about your bills now that are due in a couple of weeks. Okay. Okay, so I'm putting out the list. Then I'm going to organize it and get the system going, get the menu going, the get the bullet journal going. I also have to get a template for a digital bullet, get that listed. Mm, Okay, so this looks sporadic. So I have to organize this because this is all important and all of its importance should show and should shine and should be brought, should be gained attention. So in order to give it the attention it needs, I need to focus it individually, not as a group of all important stuff. So yeah, I'm definitely thinking about like for my daughter, like joint custody to trying to figure out a routine. We'll build a routine and then that'll be established. She can't play around with it after it's been established. Yeah, we gotta make sure we set things up that her expectations. What can she expect from us? That's especially the difference. Yeah. Also, I'm putting down more Pacific. If I make it general, it's a bit overwhelming. So instead of just sell stuff, I need to sort stuff, I need to clean stuff, then I need to post stuff for sale. And that makes it, okay, and list inventory. That way I can break it up into, okay, I've got 40 items. I'm just going to take 5 at a time. That's like 5 sell a day or 5 sell in the morning, 5 posts in the morning, 5 of them I'm going to post, and during the day, depending on how long it takes to post it. And then at the end of the day, how long am I going to take to post that? I have no money. End of financial February, I have no money. So it doesn't mean that I total loser, unless I want to perceive that. So I have to see, oh, that didn't work, so this is what we're doing. We still have to finish our finances. I mean, did we learn a bit about Black history too? So at first I thought, oh, Black history, like Morgan Freeman was saying, how, to study the history, American history instead of Black history. Um, the fact that they're being treated unfairly, we really do need to draw attention to their history, the people in their history, you know, um, and they still throughout, fairness, all people of all cultures, you know, we should respect them, especially in America. They're American. They're part of our American history. You know, the black, it doesn't stop being You don't stop having the Christmas spirit, giving to others just so that they could be happy, when it's no longer Christmas. That's why I like to give Christmas presents throughout the year. Because I'm weird and you're French witch. We do things differently. We do things in the exception of, all y'all gonna do everything else yourselves. How you gonna do it? You put it that way. I don't know. That's speaking the lingo. But that's kind of the way I've heard the lingo, the way that your lingo is interpreted. So my hair is down, and I'm playing with my hair. I've gotten gray hair too. I'm like, oh my gosh, check out my gray hairs. Oh, pretty. The way that it shines up over here and the grays and all that pick up off that's pretty. That is. I just gotta make sure I'm on this side of the chocolatey. It's not very chocolatey. It's like a brown satin earthy tone. Something. Just stay on this side and it'll contrast with that and it'd be pretty. I still have to do something with this. Do a shout, do a shout, do a shout. Maybe I should paint the actual sheet. I need fabric paint. Um, or just put another sheet or something there. I don't know. We'll figure it out. We'll do stuff. I'll do stuff. All right. So I've got all the stuff that I need to do, and it's all equally important in order to survive. Daunting. All right. Look at that. So some of it I'm just going to have to split, like how much I do per day. Like which days I sort, which days I clean, which days of the week I post and inventory, you know. Yeah. This is so somber. We need like it's quiet. Like we need like a little music, a little something going on. I'll get to it though. I'll get to all the stuff. I just have to nice and slowly. We'll get this going. Do what you can with what you got. There are certain philosophies that I'm going to try to engage in. I did not get a REM. My REM was interrupted. I went to bed at 6 and I woke up at midnight and I laid in bed like I wasn't supposed to, like I was supposed to get up and work on a book. But after a note, so that like when I'm like, this is not the time to be doing this particular task. Okay, well I need to write a note to myself to do this after this so I don't forget this. There, I wrote a note. Went wee. Yeah, because there's no way that I can do all that stuff if I don't split it up into more manageable tasks. So I have to organize and sort all this today. We can do it. Can we do it? Bob the Builder can, because he doesn't really have a lot of obligations other than what's the show. He's an animated clay guy. To be made out of clay. Does it work? I don't know. Zone out. Breathe in, zone out. So then you get overwhelmed. You think, oh crap, I can't do this. So then the next thing you want to do, or I want to do, I'm telling myself as much as I'm telling you guys, is we're going to start setting a time limit. That separate note thing. Okay, so the time limit. So it's 6:43. So I want to organize this stuff before 8 a.m. But I still want breakfast. Oh, we'll have breakfast at 8 and be ready by 9. We'll just spend from 8 to 9 getting ready for our day. Because I did not get ready for my day before 6. Okay. All right. So from 7 to 8, organize my week. Okay. We can do it. We'll organize the week. We'll get that done. We'll sit on there. There'll be nothing but that. I'll put on some ambient music on my YouTube. Do you guys have ambient music on your YouTube? I play it. I have a whole ambient listing. I think it's private. It might be public. I might have a public playlist. Um, or it's just anything from the Deep Throat Monk stuff to the um, I think I've got some folk music. I've got megahertz, like like 950 megahertz, focus music, deep concentration music, things like that. There's just musics that play for like hours on end, 2, 3 hours. Some ambient I have is like, I think one of my favorites is that I played for the kids to help them fall asleep is the ocean sounds. Like there's this pretty purple moon and coloring, and it's just the sound of the ocean and light music. I think it's mega. I think it's like 300 or 500 something megahertz. I think. I can't remember. You'd have to look up if you want to know. If it's like, oh my gosh, what is it? You'll have to look it up. But I play that, like to help the kids sleep, to help me sleep. Because sometimes I just like wake up in the middle of the night and go, what was that sound? Because I had turned over. I had my good ear up. I have a good ear and I have a bad ear. And if I sleep on my good ear, I can't hear nothing. I can't hear anything at all. Not a thing. And so, like, if I turn over and all of a sudden I hear stuff, I'm like, that's something that needs my attention. That's something that I need to wake up to. Like, especially when you have kids, it's hard to sleep on the good ear. Yeah, but we do it. We deal with it. What was I getting on here for? I was going to look something up. I was going to look up the weather today. Good morning. Welcome to the Wise One channel. I see that we have another participant. I am your host, Lady Caren, and I am looking up the weather on Google. And there's Elon Musk tweets of Android dream of electric car. That's how. Here's how the world reacted. Now, let's hit the search bar. Let's go into weather, because I don't like my weather app. Okay. I like AccuWeather the best. Okay, so it's 31. Feels like 21. It sounds like some wind is blowing. Oh, that is the cutest little frog. I will show you. Let me scroll up so you don't see the location. But that is the cutest little frog. Ribbit, ribbit. Okay, so today we have snow showers. Does that mean that it rains and snows? I don't like saying snow because it is a four-letter cuss word in our house. And my second grader, we have actual cuss words in the house. I'm like I understand for many houses they don't. And I tell the kids, as long as the kids are able to not cuss in public, they get the whole my arm looks weird. It's washed out. They get the whole they can cuss at home. They can cuss in the car, whatever it is. And she will I mean, there was a point in school where she was in school and she wouldn't wait till she get home or get in the car ride home. She would cuss this and that. I'm like, you can't excessively cuss. That's the rule. That's misusing a word. So if I said smurf this, smurf that, that would cut out smurf. No more using smurf. It's overuse of a word. There are too many words in the whole language, in all the languages in all the world, that if you sit there and use a single one, you're running out of time to use more words. And there's plenty of words that could use time to be spoken. And it's just I can't deny somebody a word and be like, no, you can't say shit, I'm like, I say it. Why, to deny somebody to be able to say it feels more abusive than to say, you know, cussing in front of your kids is abusive. It's just like, don't say certain words. Like, deny words. I'm like, you don't. It's an expression. If you use it correctly as an expression, then shouldn't be offensive. I understand it is offensive to some people, and I find certain things offensive. I find our ex-president offensive. But, so generally, so we say it not in public, as long as they're able to. Some kids can't differentiate, okay, don't use it in a restaurant or school, but you can use it at home. My kids were able to do that. They continue. I said, if you can't differentiate, then we will stop using it at home too. Take it out of practice. It's not something I feel like we should. But yeah, so they don't cuss at school. Cuss on Zoom. But yeah, she doesn't really cuss that often. The other ones don't cuss. The kids don't cuss that often. Um, my eldest definitely appropriately cusses. Like you forget something at home and you're leaving. Ah, fuck. I'm like, oh, what'd you forget? What happened? What's wrong? It's a you know, but snow. Snow brings up all these images of having to shovel, of being freezing cold, and my fingers going, and not being able to use my fingers because painfully you can't. And snow makes me think of cold and wet and little frozen creatures, and makes me think of driving in horrible weather with bad tires. I don't like snow. It gives bad bad associations. So I've been trying for the last, I don't know, 6 years to try to like winter. We'll put it that way. To try to get out and to do something in the cold, miserable, and wet. So that it's not so bad. So I have to wonder if it's going to be more snow and rain together, which is just, it tells me that Mother Nature is just miserable. No precipitation expected tonight. Yeah, that's me talking about the weather. Just background noise. Okay, so it looks like it's going to start off warm and get colder and colder and colder and colder today. Yep, it looks like it's going to be the warmest of the day at 7, 8, or right now. It's warm. It's in the 30s. It's just below freezing. Fahrenheit. I'm talking about Fahrenheit. I apologize. 32 Fahrenheit would be 0 Celsius, if I remember correctly. Remember, like my verbal is not as good as my visual. I trust my visual because I can see better than I can hear. So, today, snow showers. What are snow showers? 40% chance of snow showers today on this miserable day. Not interactive. Pay attention. Usually I like picking like the warmest part of the day. Oh, there it goes. It was just slow and I tapped it like 50 times. Okay. Today, tomorrow, 27, 11 o'clock. It looks like it'll be sunny at 12. Be 27 at 12. 40% chance of precipitation. Humidity, dew point pressure, UV index, low. Visibility, 10 miles. See 10 miles down the road. Yes. Yes, yes, I can. Wind is 14 miles per hour. Is that south? Northeast. From the northeast. So it would be moving southwest, or from the northwest, southeast. That makes sense. The little arrow indicating southeast on a. Okay. That's how that's listed. Ooh, we got sunset and sunrise, 7:20 this morning. If you want to see the sunrise from where I am, dawn is at 6:52. Oh, so it's starting at 6:52, and by the time it gets up there, over the point of the horizon, it's at 7:20. Okay, and then 6:34. It's going to take like a half hour to set. That is cool. 12:57. That's when the sun's going to be at the highest. 2 p.m. 18%. What is that? What is this like graph showing? Oh, wind. It's going to be very windy at 2. 12, it should be good. So we'll be freezing cold at noon, but we can go out for a cute little walk, like 10 minutes. The wind shouldn't be, wind will be pretty cold. So about 10-minute walk, like 5-minute one way, 5-minute the other way, back home. And I'll probably give it a 4-minute one way. 6 minutes on the way back. If you travel with a second grader, they tend to dawdle on the way back. Like, I'm too tired to walk all the way back. That's when they complain. So you got to give them more time on the way back sometimes. For an older person who's been there, done that several times over, you walk, you come back, same amount of time, you can just leg it home in 5 minutes. But tomorrow we're going to be cloudy. 30, oh, it'll be warmer though. We'll get up to 35, 37, 37 at 6 o'clock. It'll be warm. So tomorrow evening will be pretty and warm. It says cloudy, but I don't see any cloud over the cute little sunshines, the moons. See, but the moon will be cloud at night. Hey, Google, get your weather straight. It'll be cute. So tomorrow will be a nice walk after dinner. 37. After 4 p.m. 36, 8 p.m. 37. So if that's right, we'll go walking after dinner and we should be okay. So today we should walk after lunch. Get the most sun that we can get, especially since we're going to get into warmer weather, getting used to the sun rays. I do like 10 minutes in the sun, 10 minutes, moisturize a lot, and 10 minutes out. Zinc, lots and lots of zinc. I try not to go swimming with zinc because I don't want to hurt the fish. That'll kill the fish. But yeah, protect yourself from the sun as much as possible. Try not to get sun cancer. Skin cancer. Yes. Okay, so it is almost 7 o'clock. What are we going to talk about tomorrow? Will be our Tuesday, 2 days into the week from Sunday. Second day from Sunday. So it'd be Monday, Tuesday. The start would be like day 0. And then 1, 2, 3. I love how they put 0 like later in civilization. Like, who assigns what civilization goes through? Like the fact that we have what's our social norms? Who decides what our social norms are? That's an interesting factor. How do we affect our social norms? Because some of the stuff is, how is that hurtful? How is it helpful? How is it healthy for certain people? So we should talk about how our social norms come to be. That's a good thing for tomorrow. And I love you guys, and I will see you guys later. Mm, love you guys. Love, 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 love you guys. You guys have a good one, and I'll see you guys in the next video.